What was the challenge with the networking events that you were going to that you disliked at that time or didn't feel comfortable with?
Well, like I said, they were a little salesy. I felt like you walked in and the vultures were waiting, and they were waiting to pitch their product or service, and they would talk at you, and I don't think many people actually ever asked me what I did and wanted to know much about me and my business. And so I felt like I did a lot of listening, which is great. It's great to be a good listener, but you want some reciprocity. You do want to be able to, it's like building any relationship. You want to get to know somebody before you say, okay, I'm going to hand you some money and do some business with you. You really do want to get to know somebody.
So as people just like with stacks and stacks of business kind of had to get to the arsenal to find these. So people just like going in there and just like throwing business cards at you, like, hey, like buy from me. Like, yeah.
Did those type of people follow you to BizConnect to join your group?
Yes. So I think, I will say, I think a lot of people start out that way. But one of the things, when somebody joins my organization, I specifically say, this is not an organization where you're going to, walk in and people are going to start throwing money at you. It's just not going to happen. If that's what you're expecting, then you are not going to succeed. The other thing is, it is not about just going in and starting off with, hey, I'm so-and-so, and this is what I do for a living. It really is more about building the relationship. And when you're networking, it's there's this saying that we have in so I do a workshop here called Ditch the Pitch, and we really do that workshop because we don't want you to pitch. Nobody wants to be pitched to unless you're in a pitch competition. Like
the environment, right?
Yeah. So nobody wants to be pitched to at a networking event. So it's, you had me at hello, and it's when you walk in, it's smiling at somebody, it's making eye contact. It was the handshake. We may be getting rid of the handshake.
Now we bow. Now we bow.
Yeah. But it really is that first impression, and so that's why we kind of say you had me at hello. Now, we didn't coin that phrase. That's also from a movie. You know what movie that's from?
Oh, I thought it was a country song.
No. It's Jerry Maguire.
Oh, it's Jerry Maguire. I was thinking it was You Got Mail, but okay.
Yeah, Jerry Maguire. But there's a lot of things I'll see people who have kind of a shtick, and they go in and you can tell they've rehearsed this shtick. I can't say it, but it's not genuine. And I think when people are genuine, and you really, I can smell a shtick a mile away, and it's you really do need to be genuine, and that's how you're going to succeed. So yes, I do have people, but I have actually had conversations with people who have joined the group, and I've gotten complaints about them because they're not following those rules. I've had to actually not renew a couple of memberships because they just can't get rid of that shtick. So, there's a lot of people in the group. There's a lot of different personalities. And so I feel like I've had to kind of curate and also mold some people into the right fit for our group.
I have two follow-ups to exactly what we're talking about here. Number one, I don't even like to talk business when I'm at your events or any kind of events. Honestly, my first question I like to ask people is, what are you watching on Netflix? Because I feel like if someone has a Netflix account or is watching a ton of content, then they want to talk about that type of thing. So like I'm trying to like legitimately deep dive into what they do for a living. But the other 40 hours a week that they're up, not like the 40 hours, if that's what people work these days, in their business. And so it's trying to really figure out what they do other than work is so incredibly valuable. And I think that's what you're getting to there. But when we think about networking and meeting someone for the first time, I don't know if it's taught. I don't know if it's Hollywood. I don't know if it's maybe at business school or just in general. But I feel like the first question that people have been required to ask is, hey, what do you do for a living? Yeah. And it just seems to be the norm. And then people feel like it's awkward to not ask that.